Welcome to our worst RV repair to date. Uh, hey guys, wanted to bring everyone an update. I know I promised before that I was hoping to get like episodes out every 3 days, and that's really the goal with season 5 and visiting camps and everything like that. But man, we have had a good time as we've been traveling this year, just visiting places, but also, man, we've had stuff happen to us. As we were going around Thunder Bay, just so happened that something kicked off a semi on far lane, opposing lane coming at us, took out our driver's window. And so we were driving with no driver's window. We just kept going because what can you do? There's no place to stop. There was no place to get it repaired right there. So we just kept going and ended up at Dorian Bible Camp that night and went the next day. Actually, I found one of the best things for when you lose a window, like a side window or back window or something like that, is to put this clear vinyl. You know the vinyl that goes over top? You have your table, you have your tablecloth, then you put the vinyl over top of there so it's clear so you can see the tablecloth, but it never ever gets touched. I'm sure some people use it for other things as well, but that on a side window is amazing. It works super good. So got some of that with some tuck tape. I ended up driving like that all the way to Sudbury, where we finally got our window fixed because they had it in stock and it worked out with our schedule. Let us know in the comments below, and if you have something spectacular, the best story down there in the comments, we're going to give you a free t-shirt. So let us know in the comments below, what's your craziest RV repair travel experience that you've had? Give me all the details. I want to know about it because there's so many crazy stories out there happening as we're traveling about. So let us know below. Well, while we were driving to Sudbury, I don't even know how it happened. Somehow we ended up in four-wheel drive. And we drove 3-4 hours pulling the camper up and down hills in four-wheel drive. Well, that overheated the front differential. That blew out some fluid through the release valve. And at the time, we're like, oh my goodness, the truck is leaking this fluid. We had no idea what it was. So after a lot of investigation, we figured out, okay, it's differential fluid. Came out the release valve. We had the truck actually double check just to make sure that what I thought happened actually happened, and confirmed all the seals and everything were good. We topped up the fluid ourselves, which was also fun. All these things you don't expect to be doing in an RV park, or that they probably don't like us doing. But so then that was all good, all fixed. Driving along, we continued on our journey. Went to a couple different places and ended up in Elam Lodge, where we stayed. And as we were leaving and heading back, heading to our next destination, which was conveniently actually our friend's house where we were planning on staying for 4 days, all of a sudden, boom, one of our tires goes and just blows right out. Big, huge rip in the sidewall. And we're like, oh my goodness, like, what's going on here? And we noticed that, oh, the tire isn't wearing right. So obviously it didn't have the right pressure in the tire. It was slightly angled. Something like that was wrong. And so after the tire blew, put the spare tire on, put the other one in the back, realized, okay, well, we forgot to empty our water tank. So our water tank was pretty full because we didn't really use it a lot while we were there. We had an outside washroom like right next to us, which was awesome, and we didn't have to use the inside. So really, we're pretty much at a full tank of water. So maybe just the swaying, all that weight, popped that tire because it was one of the older ones. So fix that, empty the water, new spare, on our way. As we're driving again, I pulled one of the turns. We weren't going down many major routes, just sort of side routes, and we came around a bend, and I felt like the bend was a little hard, and boom, our spare tire that we put on explodes, takes out like the side of underneath, breaks apart the little flashing that goes over top of the tires, as well as the tire's gone, and our spare is gone. It's Saturday afternoon, and I'm looking around thinking, okay, what are we going to do here? So I start looking online on Google Maps, trying to figure out who in the world around here is open who could get us a tire. And just so happens there was this gentleman who had one tire. And so He was 20 minutes away. We left the camper on the side of the road, put the flares up and everything, drove all the way around to where he was, got the tire put on, drove back, and then put that tire on. And that's when I noticed the real reason the tires were popping wasn't because of the sway or anything. One of our shackles had broken and was completely disintegrated. Not completely disintegrated. It was broken on one side, and it ended up creating a hook. And that hook, when we turned a certain way, the bushings and everything were so loose that when we turned, it could actually touch the tire and completely rip the sidewall right out. So that was 2 tires that went. In the end, I noticed one of my other tires wasn't wearing right, and we removed that one as well. So 3 tires replaced, which I got done later. So the 1 tire we replaced that day. Put that on. So the meantime, we were an hour away from our friend's house, and we knew if we can get there, then we can sit, take a look, and figure out what in the world we're going to do so we can keep on going. And so I ended up taking some heavy gauge stove wire, which I always carry with me. The stuff is amazing, and you can use it for so many different things. So I doubled that up, wrapped that around the shackle twice, around, as well as some electrical tape, just in case there was any sort of rubbing that it would, hopefully prevent the tire from touching the wire. And so I did that all up and drove for like that all the way, the hour, just going slow to our friend's house, pulled in, no problems, didn't pop any other tires. So this started our whole week. This whole last week, we've been here, and we did end up getting down to Willow Springs and visiting that camp, which was awesome. It was going to be an excellent episode. And that was on Thursday. And through this, we ended up ordering through a local RV dealer, got new heavy-duty shackles, new equalizer, and as well as the MORryde X Factor cross beams. And I installed 3 of those. So now already the whole camper just feels a lot more stable than what it used to. So that's our story. That's everything that sort of happened to date, more or less, other than the other random things breaking in the camper. But those are the big things. So now geared up, ready to keep going, heading off to Quebec next, and excited about that. And I'm half done the episode for Madge Lake, and it will come out next. And I just don't know 100% when. Depends on time. So things will come out a little slower, but thanks for joining us on the 100K Get Kids to Camp Challenge. We appreciate it. And thank you for everyone who's donated so far. We're getting close to almost $4,000 raised. And I know it's online and everything like that. None of the donations come to us. All of them go to One Hope Canada. Please use the donation link below. And thanks so much. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And we will see you in the next video.